Heal Humanity, and today we are at the Good Shepherd. We've made a generous donation, and I want to say thank you to all our donors and everyone in the community who believes in us. This is my dear friend Christopher from high school who works at the Good Shepherd. So go ahead and let our audience know what you're going to do with all of this merchandise.
I just wanted to thank everybody for contributing to us and helping us here through Help Healing Humanity. All this stuff is going to be given out to our guests for free. No one has to pay anything, but thankfully because of you guys and your donations, we're able to put the stuff out for free for our guests to take home and stay warm, especially at this time of the year. The season has changed. The boots are coming in. You need to go on people's feet, the jackets on people's backs, all thanks to you guys. So God bless you all. And keep it up.
Thank you.
God bless you, sister.
Yes.
Yes, yes.
Yes, yes, is great.
Take out my observation. Take out my observation.
Good evening, good afternoon, and good morning, because I don't really know where you're coming from, because if you're looking at us global, I want to hit all three factors, right? So my name is Barbara J. Beckley, and as you can see, I'm not going to say it like that. I was going to say I'm alone. No, I'm not alone. I'm not alone at all, because usually I have my side co-host, which is the wonderful, beautiful, amazing queen, as I call the ladies, Sabrina Buffalino. But there was something that happened in our Help Humanity family this evening, and we're going to be talking about that more next time. It just happened like this morning, so we really need to make sure before we put out the news to make sure we get the go on that first. But something that sad, but on the other hand too, this is what pushes us to do what we do in Help Heal Humanity, is to serve others. When something happens in our lives that kind of, but I want to throw the love out to her right now. I did tell her, yes, I did some tough love on her tonight. I said, Miss Queen Serena, I can handle it. I have it. I got your back. And then I said, plus I got a wonderful nonprofit organization, another queen coming on that's we're gonna really do this thing. So you know what we do. We not only give you the information, give you some knowledge, some techniques when it comes to nonprofits and how important they are, how really important nonprofits are in the world. But you get a little taste of what we're doing in Help Heal Humanity show, because it was birthed. This show was birthed out of Help Humanity organization. In fact, I helped it birth because I got a push. I said, Serena, because I'm all about visibility. I'm in the visibility sector. And I always tell Serena that if people don't know who you are, don't know how to reach you, especially if it has something with humanity, if it has something to do with it, you need to be out there. And she's out there now. She's on the, she's going to Hades, and that's what we really deal with. But I told her we need to get you in the media. So we created Help Heal Humanity show. And then with that, yes, I had to add a little twist to it. I said, what? We need to show love for all of them. She's like, all of them? I said, yeah. Any nonprofit that wants to come on and shine their light, they should be able to shine their light here. I don't see too many shows, and maybe I might be missing something. So tell you, say, Bar, well, I see the show the other day on it, which it might be out there. But I don't see too many shows that's really giving that light, giving that just the glow of nonprofits and really how important they are. And I'm going to talk a little bit about that with our wonderful queen a little bit with her nonprofit. But it is, I just want, no matter which nonprofit it is, because everybody's going to have their take on which one they want to go to and which one they want to resonate and support. It's supporting individuals. It's supporting either children, women, anybody, men, whatever it is in the sector that you want to help. You are giving your hand. You're helping out money-wise, support-wise, volunteer-wise. And I have to say, and I'm going to say it, I always want to make sure, because we have to humble ourselves, that I thank you for that. Because you can be doing a whole lot of things with your time, but if you take the time out to reach out and help somebody else, that's what it's all about. And that's, to me, just makes your heart just flutter just a little bit more when you can say, yes, I reached out and helped somebody that was in need. or I reached out to somebody that really was struggling in certain areas of their life, either mental or physical or what have you. I'm telling you, it's powerful, powerful. So with that said, we're going to, like I said, we're going to start off by introducing this wonderful queen. And, I'm always, vulnerable here. I always just open up because, I tell it. Just really met her I think it's yesterday, through another wonderful queen, Lachelle Akins. I got to give her some love because she's always looking out when I'm looking for people for my shows. And she brings the best. I mean, she doesn't just bring me somebody, she brings the best, like celebrity best. And this particular lady I met yesterday, and she said yes. Because I was like, ooh, it's tomorrow night. Would you be able to do it? I was a little bit nervous because I'm like, that's like a last minute. She probably got things going on. And she just said yes. I mean, she didn't really hesitate that much. I mean, I know she had to check her schedules and stuff, but she said yes. And I have to, I want to give her a virtual hug right now because that really says a lot. And that's why I want to just spotlight her, make her shine, and just show the love and just listen to her story, because there's always stories behind these nonprofits. So that's another reason why we bring them on, because we want you to hear the stories on why they became what they became. And they're so heart-soothing. So I'm going to make sure that you understand why this lady's so important. So this queen is Mistilei Wriston. Hopefully I said it right. Did I get it right? And I got to read this right because she's a queen. And she's basically an advocate. I think she's over it too. The Hayden's Ray, a nonprofit organization. Hayden's Ray provides safe and sacred spaces to heal in nature your way. They provide space for grief relief, sobriety maintenance, PreHabs, and Society Detox when over or underwhelmed in life. Now, who doesn't know somebody, and even maybe you can think about yourself, that doesn't need that type of service? So after this, we hear from our sponsor. We're going to bring up the lovely queen, and we'll be right back. I'm looking for our sponsor. Here we go. Yes, so we want to take a quick shout out like we did. It is Breast Awareness Month, Breast Cancer Awareness Month. So we want to make sure we give love to that because that's the whole month of October. So if you know somebody going through the journey, if you know somebody that did, please show them some love, give them some hearts and some virtual hugs if you're not around them. So with that said, here's the queen. Yes, lady, thank you so much for coming on today to Help Humanity Show. How are we doing this evening?
Absolutely. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to say yes, which is a beautiful introduction to my entire passion, is being able to say yes when someone needs it. So thank you for giving me that opportunity to say yes.
Yes, I was like I said, my heart fluttered. I know it's funny because people say you cry, baby. I said, well, yeah, I do cry, especially when it comes to this type of things because you could have been doing anything else and you decide to say, okay, I'll say yes to this at the last minute. And your organization is so powerful, your nonprofit. So I want to start off, Mistilei, I want you to really kind of give us, a backstory, because I always love the backstory so people can find out exactly how did it all start.
Okay, well, this has been a very quick and long.
Uh-oh. Okay, well, that's what we love about technology, right? it works when it works, and it works when it works. Because you know what? I learned that I don't talk about the technology gods up there because they might make it worse. So I love you. I love you. I love you. But I know Mistilei was about to tell her story, but I just want to say, too, that just to give some updates with Help Humanity, we just what was it, September 23rd. September 23rd, we had our bike-a-thon for Help Heal Humanity. Just in the month of September. So we really are working on getting donations for the children for their education and food in Hades. As people know, if you know Hades, it's really been struggling for them. And that's being nice. I'm saying nice about that, but they're really in need. So we're asking people, because I have an ongoing type of sponsorship going on of myself, because we have a location in US. So I'm part of the US board of HHH, what we call HHH, Health Humanity. And then we have the Canada. So I want to make sure that we're gathering, any kind of funds or help or support in the United States portion. So you'll be seeing me post some things and, have a link just in case you want to be a part of what we're doing. But I think Misty Lee is back. So let's see if we can try this again.
Gosh, today you said, I hope we have great internet. And as soon as you said it, my heart kind of, oh no, I wasn't worried about it. Am I good? Am I back?
You're back. You're kind of in and out, but that's okay. We can still hear you.
Okay, goodness. Okay. In 1995, I had a beautiful baby boy born with a lot of special needs. And he never developed past a newborn. And I wanted to provide a place for parents who were going through something really big and they didn't have maybe the bandwidth mentally to plan a trip, to get away, to have some time to think about how this changes the family. So this is something I've been working on casually in my home and in my other career, helping families. And I help with catastrophe response and people going through hugely traumatic events. My son lived 28 years and he passed away this year. And so in the grieving of losing him, I'm now free to help even more people on this beautiful piece of property. And people come here when something happens out of the blue and they've got to get away to hear themselves for a minute. Sometimes it's something they want, like just to get sober. They've got to get out of their environment to do it. Sometimes it's to make big decisions about marriage, relationships. And sometimes it's because of a loss. And we need to be able to grieve and emote fully, yell when we need to yell, dance when we need to dance, and be able to play without society looking at us. Sometimes that's a hard place in grief. So here at Hayden's Ray, that's what I provide. I have a campground here where you can safely emote. You'll have provision and protection while you really go through whatever you need to go through. And then I've got, 55 years of wisdom if you need somebody to lean on or speak to that can stay emotionally sober while you hear and heal yourself. And that's what I do. And I'm very passionate about it.
Oh my God. Well, first of all, I have to give you so much kudos and love right now, lady, for, this is fresh for you. I mean, like you said, you just lost your wonderful, precious son this year. And right out the gate, see, this is what I'm talking about when I'm talking about superstars and warriors. Right out the gate, Queen, you decided to, say, you know what? I want to do something for others. I want to make sure his legacy lives on. Yes. So that is
changed. A grown man, but he changed so many people's lives while he was alive. And he taught me. So now I get to serve on an entirely different level on.
Here we go again. Okay, so we got to keep it moving because this is live, right? Wow, Misty Lee. So as you heard her story, part of the story about her son, I think he was like 28, he passed this year. And she decided to create a world. I'm going to say a world, but it's basically on her land to make sure that people are able to get support, be it as if they had a loss in their life, if they're dealing with some kind of journey in their life. But, oh my God, I was like, wow, that is simply amazing that she took it on so quickly. I mean, think about it. She just had the loss with her son, and then she created this just amazing place where people can come and get the support that they need. And in any kind of capacity, if you're dealing with something that's hard for you, I always tell people it's one thing to go through things alone, which is really difficult. I know when I had my cancer 13 years ago, I'm a cancer conqueror. I don't say survivor, I say conqueror. But I had people around me, but they really weren't around me. What I mean by that is they didn't know how to handle me having cancer. So instead of them coming and embracing me and hugging me and showing love, what they did is the total opposite. They acted like I was the plague. I was like, okay, it's not like I touch you and I give you cancer. I'm like, really? I mean, basically that's how they were acting. And I basically went through it alone. And I told myself, I said, anytime I meet somebody that deals in that kind of capacity, like Mistilei does, like helping people if they need to go through stuff. I mean, people might be going through cancer journey, they need that support. I feel like that's a need because I know I missed it. And I wouldn't want anybody else to feel alone. So I think we do have Mistilei back again. And it looks like we have a special guest in the room too. Wait a minute now. I think we got an oh, Mistilei. Okay, wait a minute. Do I see?
Hey. You know, us women got to stick together. When we see that there's a need, you know, we just come and step in. So,
oh my God, I was like, wait a minute, do I see America Supermom on the show?
yes.
Ladies, I know Mistilei was having problems. I think she's having problems with the internet now. It's funny because when we did the check earlier, everything was fine. And
I know. Well, you know, we just finished a collaboration over a year. And we had these issues quite a bit. You know, my mic would go out and, you know, some of the other ladies would work. It was crazy. So I just said, you know, I think I can do what I can to speak for her because she is amazing.
Yes.
This whole journey has really taught me so much about just self-love and consistency and you know, showing care for other people, compassion. You know, I'm just in awe with what she has been able to accomplish during this time of losing Hayden, but how she has just taken that energy and poured it into other people. I've been able to witness that firsthand. So I just think it's simply amazing. And she's also allowed other people to share their story of grief. You know, she has been putting so many book projects together that, you know, I mean, she just is amazing. You know, I'm so honored to have collaborated with her and have her in my life. So, yeah, I'm just here to stand in the gap.
Well, you know, see, that's what we're all about. And that's what I love about what you do, because you stand in the gap for me a lot of times, like right now, you know, bringing in the queens to me. And that's what it's all about, having a community. So when, you know, the other person needs help, then, you know, you help them, you got their back, we got each other's back. Sometimes we got the foot, sometimes we got the legs, sometimes we got a whole lot of stuff that's in the back. So we have to make sure that we're there for each other. Let me see. I'm going to see if I can bring her in one more time.
Okay.
And see what happens here.
Y'all, this is not letting me be my best self at all. I'm so happy for you, Michelle. Thank you for taking it for me.
Oh, yes. Not a problem.
We're covering you.
Super mom 16 now. Me too.
I love it.
So I don't know. She's okay. I know she's. Oh, she went back out again. Okay. So with that, super mom, super career woman, super. I mean, anything that we need super is you. So lady, I wanted to, because I know you've been, like you said, you have community. You have with the community with her and with her books, because I was going to ask her a little bit, because I know she does have some. Does she have some anthology books that she's done?
Yes. You know, and the thing about it that's amazing is, I think she was working on. She had just finished one book, I think, anthology, and she can correct me, Mistilei. You know, you can just message me if I'm saying this wrong, but she was doing this book, Here Comes the Sun. So she actually was a guest on my TV series, Real Life Without Excuses. And after that filming, She was working on a book called A Line, and she got that done. Then she did this quantum writing course, and it was all about she was inspired by Steve Harvey, I think. And I could be getting it wrong, but charge it to my head, not my heart. But it's the whole concept is writing from where you're at, like what you want, rather than where you're at and repeating the same old stuff over and over again. So instead of saying, I wish that I could be a millionaire, just write from being a millionaire. What would you do? How would you live? And that type of thing. And so she did that. We also collaborated together. We did a weekly broadcast, Bold Voices, for over a year. And then she did at least, I don't know, I want to say 4 collaborations. And one of them she did during this transition with her son. I think they had just finished the book, or it was almost done. But her ability to still show up and be vulnerable, because she does a daily live, and it just was so inspirational, because during a time where we can just kind of crawl into the mode of thinking about ourselves, but the grounds that she has already kind of cultivated that for doing some of that work. And so now, she is in a place to where she's doing that more on a full-time basis. And she's doing a book now. I think it's Addicted to Bliss. So the ability that she has, I also was in one of her collaborations. So during this time, we did a international best-selling book, Now What? And I tell you, I felt like I didn't even do any work. You know what I'm saying? I was like, what? We're bestseller. It's like, okay, this is when the book, your chapters due. And I want to think we had 30 something authors in it. So all these anthologies that she's been doing, they have at least like 30 people. Scrappy go. Now my dog's over here. So yeah, and it's not the same people. So she just has this system of being able to bring people together with the right energy. She's so present and engaged and intentional. It's just really, it's amazing.
Yeah. And I mean, just learning her from you and meeting her, and just a little talk that we had just this evening, just a small talk this evening, I can see her heart and her spirit is so strong, and she just cares so much. Like I said, like I was saying, I was just thinking about how she lost her son this year, and she's already doing all these amazing things, and even before that, but now even more so. It's like even pushing her even to the highest level in what she's doing. So I have to give her so much kudos and love to put out there. And thank you again for introducing. We're gonna have to, when technology guys are better with us, we're gonna have to bring her back on. And I really want her to drive in a little bit more of her story and other things that she's doing. But I thank you, super for coming in, because it's always nice to have a conversation with you, and you just give so much of yourself for others as well. So thank you as so much, Supermom, for doing that. But I want to ask you though, now that you're here, I'm not getting rid of you right just yet, but talking about nonprofit, because I know you have your own, but I want to ask you a question, because you're really good. You're really good at a lot of things, but far as like the marketing aspect, because one thing we like to do on Help Humanity is we do bring on other nonprofits to give them a spotlight, but then we also want to give some teachable moments to help nonprofits. Yeah. So looking in that aspect of it, as you being that true, just you're a visionary, you're just, you market, how to market, how to get around, people and stuff. What would you give maybe 2 tips to the nonprofits of how they can get themselves out there more?
Well, you have hit the nail on the head when it comes to visibility. I think a lot of people, when they have a nonprofit, they feel like, they don't want to talk about themselves, but it's like, if you need something, nobody is going to know you need it unless you tell them. And so many people, like you even think about, you're talking about breast cancer awareness. A lot of people don't know how to help. And a lot of these causes that people are fighting for, that's the whole reason why they're fighting for them, is because the people are invisible. They're not being seen. They're not being heard. And so it's up to these organizations or people who are going to be the warriors for them. And so I think it's just really, the first thing is visibility. The second thing is just being an active listener, because there's so many different ways that, you really can educate people in ways that really don't take a lot. One of the things that I appreciate about Mistilei is that she is always present with what her mission is. And so because she's present with that, she has this energy that attracts people. And when they get attracted, then she's able to just make that transition and include what her why is to who she is. And I think that's important, because a lot of times people feel like, okay, well, I'm being me. I don't want to talk business all the time. But, when you're dealing with a nonprofit, for me, I think it's a movement. It's one of those things that the best deals are not done in the boardroom. They're in the living room or the grocery store, or, whatever. They're places that you would never think about it. And so those opportunities wouldn't happen if you were not really truly embodying your nonprofit and really into what that mission is. And so, not being afraid to ask for help and collaborate. I think that has really been a game changer. Not that, Mistilei needed a lot of help, but she has had such a support system from doing all these books, that when that transition happened for her son, she had so many people that were in her circle that could help support her during that transition. So I think, not being afraid to ask for help also.
Yes. Oh, you hit the two things, right? Like you said, I hit on the nail. Well, you hit on the nail, because you're right. Visibility and just doing the ask. And a lot of times, we don't do that. Even in myself, I had to check myself a lot of times and say, okay, I need to just ask and just see what happens. And some people, well, they might say no, or they might want to do it. Well, just if you don't ask, you won't find out. Even if they say no, at least you did ask. Because it's kind of bad when you didn't even ask and you don't even know if it's a yes or no. So it's kind of like, put it out there. So I love those two things that you said, especially for nonprofits, because I don't know why, and I told you this earlier today, Supermom, that it's difficult for me to get people on the spotlight. They're nonprofits. Yeah. And I'm like, okay, you are see, I'm thinking to myself, this is, I know we talk about businesses because we both, deal with people in their business, but having a nonprofit is even more powerful than the business, because now you're volunteering to the point, if you don't even get paid for it, it's your heart, and your heart is there now. We're talking about a whole nother level when you're talking about nonprofits. So I would think
it is a challenge. And one thing, this is another thing that I would commend Mistilei on, is being creative, because she has created a journal, and it is really raising funds for the nonprofit. So it's attached to what her passion is, but it's also got artwork from other people that has just forged the mission forward. And I think that's another thing, being creative, maybe it's getting some merchandise, because some people feel like, oh, I don't want to sound pushy, but maybe if you're passionate about wellness, you can get some water bottles, with your nonprofit on it. So it's not like you're beating people over the head, but you're having something that meets them where they are. And
Yeah.
inside the water tumbler, I know I've bought some where they tell you how to take care of it, but
Mm.
inside you could have a little thing about the nonprofit, ways to donate, or, the website or something. So, and it doesn't have to be the same old, right? If it's something that you want youth to be engaged with, well, maybe it's some of those little Bluetooth headphones, right? I mean, it could be anything. So I think it's, really figuring out who is the audience that you want to really connect with, and finding a way to make that connection so that the conversation can begin about the nonprofit.
Yeah, so I love that. See, those are some more good ideas. I love how Misty Lee, is thinking about what people we can use, and on the same point, while they're using it, you can place. It's like that product placement in a sense. The product placement is the nonprofit. So basically,
Right.
you're saying, here, buy this journal. It's going to help you out, whatever it's supposed to do for you. But by the way, inside that or wherever, you're donating towards this cause. And I think a lot of
Mhm.
people will be willing to buy, because I know I buy a whole bunch of journals just to help that cause more so than
Right.
one. Yeah.
And it's so good because it's they're getting something that they could use. And if it's something that they use on a regular basis, what is that? That's residual marketing, right? It's like everywhere they go, people look at that artwork on the front of that journal. Oh my gosh, what is that? And there you go. That's what you get, people talking about the nonprofit. So I think
Yes.
it's brilliant what she's done.
Yeah. And see, this is why I loved getting these, like, just these tips, because I think a lot of people need to hear that,
Hmm.
because you don't know what you don't know. And a lot of nonprofits are always trying to find ways, even with Help Humanity I'm part of, we're always trying to find ways to get ourselves out there so people understand what we're doing and hopefully get support, not just the money. I mean, a lot of people know it's like,
Hmm.
we need the money. I understand that. But
Hmm.
sometimes it's a volunteer or just be the support or a sponsor, just saying, okay, we're in your corner. That's nice to hear sometimes
Yeah.
for your profit. Yeah.
And I think, having that connection is so important, because I love what you said earlier, where people will avoid you if they don't understand it. So if you're able to connect with them on something that they already enjoy, they feel like, you're kind of meeting them where they are, and it's normalizing the conversation. So oftentimes people are like, oh, I don't know what to say about that. I don't know, and it could be intimidating. But when you have this common bond, it just makes that conversation so much easier.
And like you said, just to add to that, Super America Supermom is the story behind it. I
Mhm.
think that's why I always, when I bring people on with a nonprofit, I always want them to, if they feel comfortable, tell the story behind it, because that
Mhm.
gets people connect. You can get the connection and people interest when they hear the story of
Yeah.
behind what's going on. So that, I think that makes it easier, and that makes people really listen and lean in
Mhm.
better and say,
Mhm.
oh, that's why, America's Supermom, her organization, is because she, something, whatever.
Mhm.
I mean, just me alone, Help Heal Humanity got me just because of Serena. And see, she told her story and that just grabbed me. And now I'm part of the board. And I was like, whoa, how did, it's been 3 years now. I was like, huh?
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
But I heard her story and how she's on the boots. I mean, what they call them, the boot, when you're right
Boots
there
on the ground.
on the background and with the children
Mhm.
hugging on her, and you got these little cute angels hugging on her, and they
Yeah.
don't even know where their next meal coming from, but they had the biggest smile. America's the
Mhm.
biggest smile. Something like this. I said, okay, who am I to sit and complain about anything? And that's what
Right.
really got me to say, see, that's what gets it, not just that organization. I'm using an example, Help Humanity, but even with Misty Lee, with her
Yeah.
son, how he cared for so many people. How can we
Mhm.
not take,
Yeah.
that glance or that focus and say, this is more powerful than just the regular day that you go through? I mean, we need
Right.
we need to be out there for people.
Yeah,
Yes.
and when we come together, it really is not as it's not as hard as we think. I think sometimes when people think, oh my gosh, I don't have any money to donate, or I don't have this, we can come up with all the things we don't have instead of thinking about the things that we do. It could be just sharing the link on your email
Yes.
or sending a couple texts to people. I mean, it's just, if you know how somebody needs you to serve, that's so much easier. And again, that's why I really encourage nonprofits to speak up and out about this, because people have these ideas like, oh, I don't have a lot of money, I can't give. But there's volunteer, you could, I mean, in this case, she is doing journals. Maybe you want to donate some artwork, right? Maybe you want to help with printing, or doing calendars. I mean, it could be something else creative. So there's so many different things that we can do when we come together, and having that brainstorm and dialogue around it is really the first step.
And sometimes you just need people, like you said, is to just come with creative ideas for the nonprofit. That doesn't cost a thing except your wisdom and your knowledge.
Yeah.
And in your time, I know sometimes, and that's all sometimes people are asking for, is like, hey, I just need you on the team just to help us try to launch this thing so people get to know who we are. What kind of ideas? Because you're in that particular expertise. So that's why I tell people, don't just limit yourself with, okay, I don't have money to give, but there's so many other things that you can that's going to just help blossom the nonprofits.
Yeah. Absolutely.
I mean, you just gave some tips right now. I've been writing it down since I got to tell Serena about this. We got to put on.
Well, look, we are like, what I think is 68 days till Christmas. So, journals, calendars, those are some cute gifts that you could, get together, and, you got enough time to probably make some up and sell them for the holidays.
That's what I'm saying. See, you just see, now you got me on the timeline now. 68 days. I got to start like yesterday.
Putting you to work, girl. Okay.
All the time, but that's
you are on the board. You can make it happen.
And see, this is live, so I can't just sit there and say, I don't know what you're talking about. I'm like, no, I do know what you're talking about. Because you're the superman gave me homework. But no, you know what? I appreciate that, because that's a good idea. You're right. We could put something together within 68 days. And like, come on, Barbara. Yeah. So you're right. And another thing I was going to add too, and then I just want you to give a little plug for your nonprofit, because I want to make sure you get a little light on that too. Okay. But another thing that I did, because I mentioned earlier that with Help Heal Humanity, we got the US base, and then we have the Canada base, and the US base is really me and two other people.
Hey, don't despise humble beginnings, okay? I'm one person. Look, one child, no siblings, 15 kids. So
and look what you got. So I need all your 15 kids to help me out. I need them to help out. But no, I was thinking what I did though. Like you said, like the journal and stuff, I'm coming with ideas. So I was thinking of putting, because I'm putting a new webinar together. Just just a recording one, and I'm going to sell it, but all the proceeds would go towards Help Heal Humanity.
Oh, that's good.
So that's what I'm thinking about doing, is creating something for the business sector. It's about visibility. I'll be giving them tips and stuff about that, but the money that they pay, and maybe I'll do it for maybe $29. I'm like, I don't know. I have to think about
that's
the price.
A good idea.
But do all that go? It goes straight to HHA. It's not even going in my pocket. It's going straight.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what we did with one of our anthologies. The one that we wrote during the pandemic, I was the only contributor from the United States, but it was Inspirational Women of the World. And the proceeds of that go to, entrepreneurship women in Morocco.
See?
So, yeah. So it's good. That's a good thing to do, because people feel invested in being able to help you with that nonprofit. So that's amazing. That's a good idea.
And what's so nice about it, just to make sure they know it's going to the nonprofit, the link, I got a link from Help Heal Humanity where I can use that link. So if they sign up for the webinar, get the webinar, I'll send that to them. But when they pay, it'll go straight to Help Heal Humanity. It's not going to go to like my link somewhere where they're paying me. It's going to go straight to the organization, because we always want to make sure that we're open and honest of what's going on. And that's one thing we have integrity about. And I know all the nonprofits
Amen.
have integrity, that the money's going towards where it needs to go. Yeah.
Amen. Yeah, that's awesome.
See, so see. So Misty Lee came on, and then I heard her heart, and then you popped in and helped her out, and I heard your heart, and I'm like, wow, this is a show that I wasn't like. Sometimes you know how the show's gonna go, but this has been such a big blessing tonight. So thank you.
Oh,
Well,
thank you for having me.
Oh yeah, but I can't go just yet. I know you're like, can I get off, Barbara? No, just one more thing. You gotta talk a little bit about your organization.
Yes. Well, thank you so much for this, Misty Lee. Love you, and I'm so glad that I was able to support you during this time. I do want to tell everybody to go to haydensray.org. There you go. But I also am connected to PanCan, my co-founder of Elephant Strategy, Pancreatic Cancer Network. That's who we support. We have a walk in April, usually of every year, and it's all to raise awareness for pancreatic cancer, which is next month. It's Pancreatic Cancer Awareness Month. So I am connecting you guys, you and Summer. So she is gonna come and speak about pancreatic cancer next month. So that's another little bit of homework.
Wonderful. Yeah, because I was about to ask, and you said it, so I'll be quiet.
Yeah. So, this is more for her than you, because she's like, oh, should I talk about it? I'm like, girl, get on that.
Come on. I'm like a little kid. Come on.
But look, when you're used to being on camera, like I'm just seeing you just went right on. You could talk about a whole bunch of different things. I mean, I guess we learned that the hard way when we have technology. You know what I'm saying?
Yes. You just start
right.
Saying, okay, here we go.
It's so, and I used to watch Rachel Ray, because didn't know how to cook, y'all. I just had to learn. My poor husband. Some of the stuff he ate early on. We've been married for 30 years, so just go figure with that. But anyway, I used to think, how can she talk for the whole 30 minutes? I mean, no commercials. But now I see. I mean, I'm like, look, I can't be quiet sometimes.
And they say that to me too, Super American Supermom. And it's funny when I say, well, I used to be shy, and they be like, I was like, well, I did.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. And I was, what they call it when you're introvert.
Right.
I said, I'm an introvert and I was shy. They're like,
I know that's right.
Lying about you lying all over on live TV and stuff. They used to tell me that. So
I think it's just a term we would say because we were in our comfort zone. Okay, because it is. It takes it's a gift to be able to do that. I mean, I just know there were times to be like, oh my gosh, my guest is gone. I'd be so frazzled. Now it's like, well, it happens. Let me go to the next thing. Grab a piece of paper and talk about that. Okay.
Here's my teachable moment coming on, or
right.
Whatever it is. You got to do what you got to do, especially when it's live. It's like you can't.
Right. Mine is like, grab a kid. Hey, come in here. Even though they don't do that. Now, if it was TikTok or something, maybe. But yeah, they're like, I don't want to be on camera.
It's funny because they could do TikTok just like that, though.
Right.
Like that.
How many views, Mom? Yeah. I'm like, hey, 2.
We're not counting all when they see it afterwards.
Right.
We did the replay.
Right.
Right.
You can look, it is late, okay? So you could tell it's getting close to my bedtime. I am cracking up over here.
Oh, well, you know what? Again, I have to thank you so much because Ann put the smile on, so I really needed that. So thank you. Thank you. Oh,
You
but
are so
yeah,
welcome.
I want to, yeah, please make sure that we get that eye contact with I forgot her name, the one that you said is over
Summer.
the
Yes, Summer DeCoste, yes. And
Okay.
one last plug.
Mhm.
Today we launched the book She Said Yes to Herself Unapologetically Empower Her Guide. So today was the first day for that. It's 99 cents. So for anybody listening, it's a guide of 30 authors coming together, just talking about ways that we have been afraid to say yes to ourselves, whether it's self-sabotage, comparison, limiting beliefs, whatever. You know, we've all told our story about how we've overcome and learned to say yes to ourselves. So that is out today for 99 cents.
Congratulations. That is a milestone for you. And I know
Thank
for
you.
the others that are in the book. And I was a part of, it's been a minute though, when they had the summit, you know, when we were speaking and it was
Yes.
part of the
Yes.
So yeah, I was very humbled that they invited me. So yeah, I'm so glad you're all just doing some wonderful things. So congratulations.
Well, hey, we gonna recruit you to come on back because it's not over.
I'm not giving you another homework
You
assignment.
know, it is not over, huh?
As you give me another homework assignment.
Yeah. So yeah, Chanel is quite a visionary. She is working to get more than one stream of income for the authors. So, you know, the books, and then she wants to do summits and live events. So this is like a lifelong mission for her. So yeah, we gonna just recruit you to come on back. You guys are in Wisconsin together, right?
Yes, I think she lives in
She's
Milwaukee.
in Milwaukee.
Yeah, she's in Milwaukee. And I said, we're so close. We need to figure out how we need to meet up. And then she's going to be on another. Okay, now I'm plugging another show for this Sunday.
Yeah.
She's coming on that one.
Exactly. So I'm sure she's going to recruit you. I mean, for sure. Yeah.
There you go. I'm sitting there giving you all the love. Now you say, oh, by the way, you come on this way too.
But hey, you know, it's all about visibility now, you know, coming together.
You good. You know you good, right? Well, on a serious note, I truly appreciate you, Queen. I really do. You push not just me, but others. And I think that's what helps each other. So I'm glad that you do that because you see in every person, not just me. I mean, I'm just talking about me because we're on, but every person that you see, Lachelle, you see something in them and you push it for them because you see more than what they probably see. So thank you for doing that because we need that. And you're that light for us to push. So yes. You've been many times. You didn't even realize some of the times you pushed me. I mean, you really pushed. I was like, you know, she just like, oh. And I went, I'm like, okay, I'm here.
I love it. You know, hey, we all going together. That's the thing, you know. I'm just grabbing whoever I can, right, as I go. We just all doing in this together for sure. Yes. Yeah.
And that's what's part of life is we should do all this together and push each other.
Amen.
Up to our potential that we have. So that's all you're doing. You're just pushing everybody to the potential that you see that they have, and they're just kind of like, you're kind of like,
amen. No. Amen.
So, I got to give you your love and kudos for that. So just like tonight, I was like, all of a sudden, I said, wait a minute. I mean, she just popped in. I was like, okay.
Oh yeah, I thought I said, hey, you know, we look, when it comes to visibility, we're not going to let that pass by. Okay.
Do not pass me by.
No.
Oh, well, you're welcome anytime. You're family here. So anytime you want to come on board, just have some laughs, have some talk, give us some inspiration, please, you are always welcome here.
Well, thank you. And thank you so much for having both of us, me and Misty. And my prayers
have a
go out to your organization. I heard you say something at the beginning. So just praying for everybody, because life is what it is, right? I was talking to my nephew and daughter about this earlier. It's just a cycle. And we never know what part of the cycle we're on. So prayers go out to them as well.
Thank you so much. That really means a lot because we just found out we did. I mean, I didn't say the name yet, but we did lose a volunteer that's been the cornerstone of Help Heal Humanity, and he passed away this morning, and it's taken its toll. And I told Serena, I said, no, I got you here. You're okay.
Yeah.
Give me the link. Send the link out. And I said, nope. I just on her. I said, no.
Yeah.
We're gonna be okay. But thank you for that. And we're going to be doing more for our next show that's coming on. I know we're going to be doing tribute for them. So I just, we just appreciate all the love. Appreciate all the love.
Amen.
Yeah.
Amen.
Well, Miss Lady, I'm going to let you off the hook now. I know you love.
All right. Well, thanks so much for having me. All right. And have a wonderful weekend, everybody.
Yes, you do the same. And make sure that tell them how they can reach you. I don't want you to leave without that.
Oh, yeah. You can go to my website, LachelleAtkins.com, or any social media platform. I'm pretty much everywhere because I'm passionate about normalizing the conversation about depression. So anything I can do to serve, I'm always looking for speaking opportunities and ways that I can share my story to encourage others. So, yeah.
She's right. She's everywhere, and she's a wonderful, amazing speaker. So, yeah, she's the real deal.
Thank you.
With that, we're going to go to our sponsor, and I'll be right back to close out. Thank you, Queen.
Okay. You're welcome.
Today, over 1 billion children in the world live in poverty. At Help Heal Humanity, our goal is to connect children in need with people like you who want to make a difference. Our student sponsorship program helps provide children with the necessities for a healthy and successful start to life. When you sponsor a student, you're not only giving them the gift of education, you're giving them the best chance for a brighter future. 100% of your donation supports the tuition fees, uniforms, textbook, and school supplies needed to thrive in a safe and healthy learning environment. Sponsor a student now and be the catalyst for their brighter future.
And I'm back. I just want to thank, this has been, you never know, you get surprises, right? What's so nice about it is wonderful surprises. So I have to thank first Misty Lee for coming on at the beginning. And I know she was having the problems, but she is a lighthouse to the world. I want to just pause first. I have to pause and say that Mistilei Wriston is a lighthouse to the world. She started something that her son basically engraved in her, because she said at the beginning, she said, I had to take this on and make sure that others have that support, that they need. And she's branching out. You heard what she said? She's doing anthologies, journals, and the list goes on. So Misty Lee, we got to have you back, but this time we're going to make sure the internet is working. We're going to make sure that's working because I want them to hear your voice. I want them to hear you and see you. So definitely we will work on that. And then America Superma. I mean, I got a celebrity coming right there. So America Superma, Lachelle, we've been hanging for a while. I think it's been like maybe 4 years now. Think about it. So it's been a while that we've been knowing each other. And she's another lighthouse to the world as well. I said it earlier. She basically helps people. She pushes them. And she sees the light in them, and she's like, okay, I'm here to help you, serve you. And she does that. So I want to give her some love on that for coming to help. See how she just came on. She's seen a person in need. She just came on. So with that said, I want to leave everybody with this. Please, like I said earlier, we're going to say more details at our next show. but we did lose a wonderful angel, a person of the cornerstone of Help for Humanity this morning. And she's family. She still is, but she's just, hovering over us right now and looking over us. But I just want everybody just to please send your prayers out and virtual hugs to Help Humanity right now, because it's needed. This was a very hard one on us because she was so, and like I said, you'll see more. It's hard for me. I want to talk about her so bad because she was such a strong influence and a worker in Help Humanity, and not just Help Humanity, but just around the world and help so many others. But we're gonna do her justice. We just don't want to just throw things out there. But I do want to just ask for the prayers. And if you see there's a need, if you're willing to, give your time, give your support, give your donations, Help Humanity is a little right down there. I think it's right in the, right there is the website. And you can give there. Like I said, I'm part of the U.S. board, so now I'm doing a lot of different things to bring help in and support as well. So you'll be seeing me post some things, put some things out there, say some things. So don't be shy about it. Even if it's $1 you can give. Now I'm talking about the money wise. We were talking about, I don't have enough money. You know what? $1. I'll take $1 because it's going to help some child get some food in their mouth. It's going to help some child get the education that they need, that's needed, that they're lacking and that they can't get because they're a child and they can't work. So we gotta make sure the children around the world is being protected, being safe, and being nurtured. So with that said, we will see you. Let's see. Yeah, we'll see you the first and third Thursday of every month at 9 o'clock Eastern Time, 8 o'clock Central Time. So we're on here. If you have an organization, a nonprofit organization that you want to spotlight, that you want to talk about, that you just love, you want people to know about you and know your story and how it started, all that good stuff, bring them on Help Humanity here. We are here to spotlight you. We're not just talking about us, but we want to make sure all of us unite as nonprofits to make sure that they know that you're a lighthouse to the world. You take care. See you next month.